the Celtics taking on the Knicks for the ball.
They say revenge is...
Thanks for joining us midweek here. Tonight, we bring you the NBA on 2K Sports with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke. This is Brian Anderson. Well, Grant, we're near the middle point of the year now. At what point do coaches start looking at limiting the minutes of their stars?
You know, each game is really the determining factor for how that plays out. So, when possible, you keep your stars in there for close games and get them some rest when the outcome isn't in question.
Well, MP has made it clear that scoring is an emphasis for him right now. He's looking to be more assertive offensively.
And when you have a player like MP make a statement like this, it sends a message to the rest of the team. It's him telling his teammates, give me the ball and let me do my thing. All eyes are going to be on MP, and he might be drawing some extra double teams, too. A lot of teams want to prove MP wrong.
Now, New York starting five. We've got Book Night, also Jalen Brunson out there, and it's Towns in at the center position. All right, let's throw it over to Allie, who has a report on MP.
Guys, we know MP is a gifted scorer, but tonight he wants to take it to another level. He told me, I'm trying to set an aggressive tone out there for the team. I am going to attack every single chance I get. A one-man scoring machine, but it's all for the team.
Sounds like MP is planning to have a big night. Thanks, Allie. Pass to Towns. The rebound, Celtics.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Doris, you look at the shooting of Karl Anthony Towns. A 7-footer. He's as good as it gets.
He is, B.A. He has been verging on the 50, 40, 90 efficiency type numbers in recent years. He is right there with Dirk Nowitzki when you talk about the sweetest shooting big men of all time.
The hard work that Brunson has put in over the years, it really shows in his game, Doris.
I'll tell you this about Jalen Brunson. As his coach likes to say, he may not pass the eye test, but he passes the win test. Unbelievable footwork, fundamentals, and a clutch gene. Love Jalen Brunson's game.
Both free throws, good from Brunson. Well, I don't think anyone predicted that Jalen Brunson would become the player he is today, Grant.
Yeah, that's for sure, B.A. Or he definitely wouldn't have been a second-round pick. He's a hard worker, a competitor, and an elite offensive player.
Pass to Caldwell. Here's Towns. Fades. Count it.
Is the mid-range for Mr. Towns part of the game? You bet.
Boston has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Here's Wong. Good, and the assist goes to MP. MP against Brunson. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Book Night. The kick out to Brunson from outside the arc. The rebound by Wong. And so it's Hart with it. He brings it up for the Celtics. Here's MP. And MP throws it down.
MP just showing off the vert.
Knicks trail by 4. Pass to Dadier. Here's Book Night. Poke loose. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. And here's MP from outside. And his 5th basket. Now 5 for 8. Looking comfortable out there.
He's putting on a show this quarter, and the team's feeding off his energy.
Brunson taking his time here. To stop the run. And the basket by Towns. Towns has got his 2nd bucket on the night.
Yeah, you love to see Towns mix it up a little bit. Gets his team a bucket on the second chance.
Pritchard, no good. Knicks trail by 5. To the inside, Brunson. Ooh, Brunson throws it down.
Wow! Always fun to see point guards who can elevate above the rim like that.
Oh, a strong mindset and even stronger finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
Here's MP. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Well, they're leading in large part because of the work he's put in this quarter. This is nicely done.
And to look at how the offensive approach has been going so far for Boston.
Well, hey, guys, I mean, can we talk about how unselfish they've been? Just racking up the assist numbers, moving it around with great precision.
And they've also shown dominance in the paint so far tonight, really putting the work in down low.
Here's Dixon. Drops in the three.
Well, that's a case where your teammates are showing trust in you, and he comes through with flying colors.
MP left side. Ooh, he's found his rhythm. 7 for 10 and counting.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
Towns outside. Towns a screen on Hart. Back to Towns. And it's powered home by Towns.
Well, just coming right off the pick and roll to finish beautifully. Towns looking so comfortable.
Down low. Rupert grabs the board. Pass to Towns. And it's Towns with the power finish.
It's fun for us to sit back and watch him go to work, but that's our job, not the defense's. They left him too open on that play.
It's been all about Karl Anthony Towns for New York. 8 points in the quarter. We've got Derek White. He's out there with MP. And it's Brown in at the 3, the small forward. That's the Boston 5. And he makes it.
You have loved the attitude of MP tonight. He's looked for his shot from the opening tip, and he's been so involved.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Spurs was all business. He added 43 points, and once again, he was lights out from distance. Putting in a performance like that one really builds momentum in your direction. We'll see how far he rides that wave tonight, guys.
And the only question now, how does he follow up that performance?
Yeah, each night comes with different challenges, and I'm sure their opponent has seen the film.
What you love about this guy, though, is even when the defense adjusts to what he's doing, he'll make an adjustment right back. He is always ready with a counter.
And the expression, not enough touches to go around. Do the Celtics risk falling into that trap, Doris?
Well, first and foremost, BA, if that's a problem for you, it's a good one to have. I think the key here is with all the weapons available, you have to have some personal sacrifice. And to this point, this team has been willing to do that.
Just 2 to shoot. And it's Brunson missing.
Yeah, just a little off his game this quarter. He's trying to work his way into a rhythm.
MP shot is off. New York has gone 0 for 4 from beyond the arc here in the second quarter. Brunson passes to Caldwell. Basket is good. Off the assist from Brunson. Caldwell's got 5 points now in the quarter.
The beauty of Jalen Brunson, you can play him at the 1 or the 2, but we know he's always going to put the pass on time and on target.
Here's Wong. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
There's 57 seconds left in the first half. Towns outside, puts up a 3. It's hauled in by White.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
To the middle. Fast break. Here come the Celtics. An easy 2 on the layup. White's got 6 points.
That's what you call speed, being the difference in transition. Off the steal, Derek White so heads up.
And here's Brunson from the arc. Oh, Brunson with the triple.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
Good on the bucket. MP's got 23.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
2-second difference between shot and game clock. MP against Brunson. Towns a screen on MP. New York needs to get one up quick. The timer ticks. Misses the 3. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. It's the Celtics up by 1. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
When you look at how they're getting their points, a good portion come from inside. They're going right at the defense.
All right, and now Thanks for tuning in.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Hey, you look at MP in this game, he's been everywhere.
The numbers say it all. He spent the first half playing efficient ball.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
So on the floor for the Knicks, Jalen Brunson is out there with Bouknight. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns, and it's Caldwell in at the 4. And this is a star-driven league, but talk about the importance of role players, Grant.
Oh, B.A., a lot of times they're the ones who carry the day. You know what you'll get from your stars, but when the X factor ignites, that can make the difference.
All right, I'm told we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, joining us now with the latest news. Shams, what's the update?
Thanks, Brian. With the trade deadline nearing, the front office of the Phoenix Suns have announced their latest move. They were looking for an impactful and reliable forward, and they lucked out getting Pascal Siakam. Not only can he stretch the floor, he just seems to make everyone around him better. He's the exact type of veteran player that they were looking for at this point.
Always great to hear from you, Shams. Thanks so much. The leaner. And the shot is good off the backboard. Caldwell's got 7 points.
I'll tell you, sometimes it's easier to hit the target with a bounce pass. That's perfectly done.
Pass to Wong. And here's Brown for 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
A dangerous shooter from all areas. Brown's eyes get real big when he shoots these corner threes.
Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Here's Caldwell, covered by MP. Can't connect from short range.
Boy, as slow a start as you could have. Just 1 for 4 from the field. They're struggling.
To the paint. Here's Wong. And it's New York with a rebound. Caldwell's got 4 rebounds now. Outside Brunson. The 3 ball. The shot no good.
1 for 5 has got to be a frustrating start, and they just don't look sharp right now. Can they find their offensive game?
That one drops for them.
Well, good things happen for this team when Jaylen Brown gets into the paint. So efficient inside.
And he's made a case for first-team all-defense. Doris, Jaylen Brown, the complete game.
Brian, what you love to see from a great player that's just entering their prime is the pride they take in being well-rounded. Do you want to absorb a big-time defensive assignment? Jaylen Brown wants to do exactly that.
And New York has possession. 7-point differential. Here's Brunson. He's got 12. To the wing on the left. 3-pointer. Bouknight gets the 3 to fall.
How about that well-timed drop-off? Jalen Brunson just knows where to put the basketball.
Here's MP. MP gets it to go through contact.
And they've really managed to dominate inside.
Knicks trail by 6. 1:57 left in the third quarter here. Towns for 3. The rebound by MP. MP's got 4 rebounds in the game. Takes the hit. MP still gets it to go.
Tremendous touch by MP. Folks, that floater is not an easy shot. MP makes it look as such.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third. Dixon, good.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And a chance to see the latest edition of the power rankings. Always fun to see where everyone... He's checked in for Pritchard. Rupert, he's checked in for New York. Jalen Brunson comes in for Bouknight. Here's Rupert. Here's Brunson. He's off on that one. Good D by MP.
Well, that's just inconsistency from him, and it's happened all night, and it hasn't helped their cause.
Derek White out there with MP. And it's Clowney in at the power forward position. That's the Boston 5.
Well, the touch and the focus. What a pretty move in the lane.
Here's MP. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
That's a case where you're just determined to get to the inside. MP understanding how to get defenders into a compromising situation.
Bouknight, he's checked in for Rupert. And Brunson's got the ball here for the New York Knicks. Trailing by 17. The rebound, Celtics. Clowney's got his 4th rebound in this one. Outside White. Here's MP. Misses in close. Knicks trail by 17. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
And here's Brunson from the arc. Buries it from 3.
What a confident stroke from Jalen Brunson. This guy doesn't have to dominate with the ball in his hands.
Here's MP. And he drops in the layup off the glass. MP's got 11 in the second half.
Well, all night he has made an impact at the offensive end. Now he's trying to shut the door.
Here's Johnson. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Just great positioning to get the rebound, then get it back up.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. Celtics lead by 14. Here's MP taking it inside. Oh, and the dunk by MP.
That was a fearless drive by MP. When you take off like that, you have to commit to it. And he did.
Brunson passes to Bouknight. Here's Caldwell. Over Hart. The rebound by Wong.
Well, it's a make-or-miss league. Sometimes the Jays just don't fall. It wasn't a bad shot.
MP, that one's good.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
He expects to make every one of those, and we expect him to make them too.
And the shot goes in. MP's got 41.
Yeah, attacking on the interior, MP can be relentless.
Brunson passes to Caldwell. Pass to Bouknight. Inside. Here's Brunson. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Hey, Grant, when you look at the mentality of today's players, what are the differences from back in your day?
Well, B.A., through the wonders of technology, players interacting more directly with their fans and telling their own stories. Also, there's a brotherhood. It's a bit more brotherly, with players on different teams more friendly than in days past. And, you know, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
The 3 is up. Nunez with a rebound. Nunez has got 4 rebounds now.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Celtics.
They were the more accurate club, and in the end, that made the difference, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., you have to love their strategy. And even more, you love the execution.
And they're getting ready to notch their 33rd win of the year.
And that'll put a little extra meaning on their next game. No team wants to go 0 for 4 against an opponent, no matter who it is.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for MP.
A quality offensive outing. When you get it going like he did, I'll tell you, it's one of the best feelings in basketball.
For three, and it's New York with a rebound.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Johnson passes to Brunson. The shot that time not on target. Good D by MP. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Sensabaugh. Down low. It's stolen by Johnson.
Boston foul. MP. Second personal foul. Fourth team.
First one falls.
Shooting for New York, Keldon Johnson.
And Johnson drops them both. And so it's Boston with it. And MP gets it to go on the assist by White. MP's got 46. Now Brunson. So we see the Celtics taking the double.